Hey friend, welcome or welcome back to my channel, my space, my room, Essence of Earth. I'm your hostess with the mostest, Miss Nikita, and y'all know over here we're going to focus and talk about everything that's going to help you improve the quality of your life. So if you like stuff like that, go ahead and subscribe, click the notification bell, and I'll give you a moment of silence. Thank you, friend. Thank you so much. Now that we have become acquainted, let's get into the topic, which is about niacin. I'm so excited about niacin. It is my new favorite supplement. Y'all know I'm always trying to find new things to implement so that cancer doesn't come back. But yeah, and so I came across this book by Maimon Wilson, which is an amazing book. And in the book, he mentioned several times about niacin. Okay. And I was like, he kept mentioning a flush. And he was like, it's really good. It'll get your blood moving through your body. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to get it. Okay. Who cares? I'm just going to get it. Okay. He said it. I like him. I believe him. He's a man of God. I'm like, I'm just going to get it. So, I actually didn't immediately get it, right? I did not immediately get it, but I kept thinking about it, like the Lord was just placing it on my little baby heart, okay? And so I was like, okay, I keep thinking about it, let me just go ahead and get it. So I purchased it and I absolutely love it. I told all my herbal friends about it and they got it and they love it also. So this is just one of those things I just absolutely love, and I had to share it with you because as I learn, I share. Aren't I wonderful for doing that? You're welcome. But anyways, we're going to talk about niacin now. So some of you may hear it called vitamin B3, and that's just because it was like the third vitamin that was kind of like water soluble, but actually it should have like been called more of an amino acid, because based on this book that I bought, because I absolutely loved it. I love the niacin so much, I wanted to know more about it, so I bought this book, in which you could get it from my Amazon store. And that's another way you can support me as well, by going to my Amazon store. But I bought this book and it is absolutely amazing. So much information overload, seriously. But anyways, but it's an amazing book, and in that book he said it was pretty much, it's structured, when they looked into it deeply at that time, it was more of an amino acid instead of a vitamin, but the term had already been coined, so they just said, oh, to hell with it, it is what it is, vitamin B3. But that's pretty much niacin. Now, how did vitamin B3 actually even become a thing, right? It became a thing because in the late 19th centuries, early 20th centuries, a lot of people in the United States, honey, they was dying. It was a pandemic. Okay. It was happening more amongst the impoverished or the poor. And they linked it, and pellagra is just, has to do with dermatitis, diarrhea, dementia, and then death. I think they called it like the 4Ds or something like that. So that's what was happening back then. And they linked it kind of to like infections and toxins, right? So, and they also kind of thought it was contagious. So, people were in outrage, they didn't know what was going on and people were dying. Come to find out, there's this one guy who, pretty much linked pellagra to a deficiency, and then everybody thinks he's a quack, right? He ends up dying, and then there's another biochemist who says, hey, I'm noticing that this vitamin is actually helping these animals that I'm testing it on. And then that's how they found out about pellagra actually being a vitamin deficiency. As with a lot of health issues we have these days, is linked to vitamin deficiencies. But that is a topic for another day, and maybe I'll do a series on where I'm talking about some of the symptoms you may see in your life as a result of a vitamin deficiency. I think that'll be a good little series. What y'all think? Let me know in the comments if that's something you want to see. But yeah, so that's pretty much how it came about. Now, vitamin B3 or niacin, it plays a role with over 500 actions in the body. So that's extremely important. And it can also, as a result of a deficiency of vitamin B3, it can cause so many other health issues, right? So let's take a look at it. Niacin is a precursor to what they call NAD. Now, I know, y'all know those celebrities, they think they be slick, honey. It was a time where I saw a lot of celebrities. They were getting like these infusions, NAD or NADH, and they're like, I want to stay young forever. I want to have so much energy, and they paying all of this money for these infusions, and all they got to do is take niacin, because niacin increases NAD in the body. Well, not once you take niacin, it pretty much turns into NAD. And then NAD plays a huge role in cellular metabolism, energy, DNA repair, cell signaling. It regulates stress, stimulates antioxidant activities. So as you can see, it has a lot to do with when it boils down to it, the mitochondria. And also, I believe that's why Maimon Wilson mentioned it in his book, because considering, the therapy, cancer is a metabolic disease, so strengthening your mitochondria and improving your NAD levels could actually help you in cases of cancer. So that's why I think Maimon actually mentioned it in his book. Now, like I said, it plays a role in over 500 reactions in the body, and some of those are cardiovascular health. It can increase your good cholesterol, that's your HDL, and it lowers LDL, your bad cholesterol, as well as triglycerides. It reduces heart disease. It improves cognitive health, preventing cognitive decline and supporting memory. It is also great for this is what I got from the book, because I don't know if you guys know, but if you get chemotherapy, you can possibly, I won't say everybody gets it, but it's called chemo brain. And the book specifically mentioned niacin improving the brain health of people who have had chemotherapy. And I will have to say, okay, because I believe that my brain changed after just one dose of chemotherapy, and that's how powerful it is. I know that my brain changed. I knew I was different. I will have to say, the first day that I took niacin, I messaged my little health friend and I said, I don't know if I'm tripping out or something, but I've been able to focus taking niacin. I can focus a lot more. And he agreed. He said, because he bought it too. When I told him, he immediately purchased it. He actually got his before I got mine, and he was taking his. So, I mean, if you're dealing with chemo brain or like brain fog or something like that, you've got to try niacin. So it is great for that. Then also Alzheimer's and dementia. It is great for that, as well as skin. And obviously, it's going to be great for the skin health, in the antioxidant properties, and the role that it plays in reducing sun damage. Now, mental health and the stress responses, it can definitely help in areas of depression. In the book, it is mentioned so many times of taking niacin for schizophrenia and any type of mental disorder. Literally, people reversing schizophrenia because it is a vitamin B3 deficiency. Yeah. And also, I did mention the cholesterol, but he was saying that they didn't want to really promote vitamin B3, but they wanted to promote statins. So you've got to try niacin if you're on statins and see how this helps. Now, I ain't no one to I ain't no one to be gossiping or spilling the tea. So you ain't here for me. Okay. But they don't like people messing with their money now. Don't mess with their money. But yeah, if you're having high cholesterol and you don't want to take statins, you've got to try vitamin B3. Or if you're dealing with a mental disorder, schizophrenia, and several others, as well as postpartum depression, that's mentioned in the book, then you've definitely got to try niacin instead of those psychotropics. Yeah, try it instead of that, okay? And this one was also interesting, okay? If you're recovering or in recovery for alcoholism, you've got to try it, friend. Actually, if I remember correctly in the book, it mentioned that he actually is the one that kind of coined it, vitamin B3. He was over like Alcoholics Anonymous or something like that, and he coined it vitamin B3 because he saw how it was improving people who were recovering from alcoholism. So there you go. Also, if you're struggling with arthritis, it is good for that. Arthritis and joint health. Those are some of the things that it's good for. Now, you can get it in foods. It was mentioned so many times. It was mentioned so many times in the book how the amount that is in our foods isn't enough. So he was saying you have to kind of like overdo it to get the right dosage for you. Now, the right dosage, it does vary based on your size, your age, or if you have any illnesses. So you would have to take a little bit more to actually see the benefits, especially if you're ill. I've been taking 500 milligrams 3 times a day, and if I feel good, the whole point of taking supplements is to feel good, and you just got to do what makes you feel good. And I take 3, and I believe for schizophrenia it was like it was 6 times a day for 500, so that was like what, 6,000 milligrams a day if you were dealing with schizophrenia. Or you could take 1,500 milligrams, break it up throughout the day, however you want to do it. But that's for if you're dealing with illness like postpartum depression or schizophrenia. Now, this is the only thing, right? When you take niacin, it causes you to flush. It's a vasodilator, which means that it opens up the blood vessels and your blood rushes through your body. What an amazing feeling. Now, I might be weird because I actually like it, okay? I like the feeling of knowing that my blood is circulating throughout my body. I absolutely love that. And I love it so much so that whenever I take the niacin, I also take my other supplements with it, because your blood rushing through your body, honey. Go ahead and take your other supplements so it can just ride the wave. It'll just ride the wave as your blood is traveling through your body, right? And for some people, it does cause itching. Now, I did have some itching, but honey, I don't care. Like, when I took it the first time, it was all in my head. It was so warm. Oh my God, it was so warm. And then I felt it running down. It was slowly moving down. And then it does also, as a vasodilator, it does give you like a rush to your vital organs as well. So at one point it felt like my vital organs were like swelling up, like especially my intestines and my abdomen. I was like, what is going on? I feel like I'm about to fall out. But in all actuality, it was just blood flowing to those vital organs. And I think that is so important. That's why I will forever take niacin. Forever take niacin. You hear me? I recommend everybody take it, He did mention, that there's some in the book. It mentioned that a lot of doctors talk about it's not good for the liver. But one of the doctors in the book that he mentioned that the doctor actually did a test on liver cells, and that there was no sign of toxicity to the liver at all. So, I mean, it's up to you, it's up to you and what you believe and what you think is right for you. If you take something and your body says hello, then hey, what are you gonna do, right? So some people may not like the flush, but there are no flush niacin. Listen, I like it, okay? You might not like it, but if you don't like the flush, you can eat with it and it'll slow down the flush. You'll still have it, but after consistent use of niacin, it does kind of disappear. So you just got to keep using it, friend. And niacin is water soluble, right? So it easily leaves the body. So it's like, how you gonna overdose on it? Now, you can overdose by taking way too much, and how is because you'll have a feeling of nausea. That's how you overdid it, friend. That's how you overdid it. You overdid it, okay? Now, I'm the type that'll overdo it, okay? You're like, I'm so sick. You're like, because I like it. I just like knowing that my blood is moving through my body, because blood circulation is so important. It really is. It really is. But yeah, that is niacin. And again, if you don't want the flush that niacin causes, then you can get the no flush niacin, and you won't have the flush. And you know, some people they'll take the niacin before bed, right before you right before you go dead to sleep. You know, you can take it and you won't feel it, you know, but that's up to you and how you want to implement it. I hope this blessed y'all, because it blessed me. If you were blessed by the word, clap your hands, put your hands together, and subscribe. Go ahead on and subscribe. But that was my mini lesson on niacin, and I hope that it blesses you in some kind of way. Go ahead and tell your mama, sister, brother, cousin, your uncle, your mailman, your nail lady, everybody. Tell them about niacin, especially if they're mentioning they're having heart issues or cholesterol, schizophrenia. Like when I heard about the schizophrenia thing, I thought that was amazing, because nobody wants to go through that, and nobody wants to see their loved ones having to take those medications. And I know a lot of people who don't want to take their medicine because they feel even more crazy, or they don't like how it makes them feel, and they feel like they don't have any other options. So if you know someone like that, you know, recommend it. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Make it better. Oh, yeah. But again, if it has blessed you, I hope it has. Stay tuned for another video. I'll probably be talking about mold toxicity. Yeah, we're gonna talk about mold toxicity. You guys have a blessed night. Bye.